Hey, welcome back to the Running Reb channel, and today we're going to go into the nursery and see what they've got and try to buy some things for a $30 garden. So here we go. Just a locally owned nursery. Oh. Alright, we're going to go in here and see what they got. Let's see here. Heart swappers, better boy, big boy, Rutgers, Goliath. And there's your price, $2.29 per pack. 4 plants per pack. Early girls, cherry red pear, lemon boy, pink girl, Juliet. Kind of like a Roma tomato. They're just now bringing them out, so. Sweet 100s, Husky Reds, Better Bush, Big Boy, and Roma. Oh. Usually all these racks are full, but they're in the process right now of moving. Just going to see what their seeds are going for. Sorry about that. Alright, 5-pound seed potatoes are $3.25. Onions are $1.99 a pound. Quarter pound. Oh, this is what I need right here. Supposed to be the best cantaloupe on the market, Ambrosia. Pretty good. How you doing? Let's see. Peas. Kentucky bush beans, straight neck squash, $1.19. $1.19 for that many seeds. Where are you going to beat that price at? Alright, so let me get my produce and then we'll come up for seeds and I'll tell you what we got in it. Alright, our shopping is done. Well, not all of it, but the majority of it. And I picked up some tomato plants for my neighbors. So right now, our total for this garden is going to be right at, I think I spent $10 on tomato plants and a couple pepper plants. So we're staying under a $30 budget for it. But we will see. So we'll get these jokers home, get them separated. I won't plant today. Soil's got to dry up some. God, I love feed stores and seed stores and plant stores. I could have stayed in there forever. But I got a wide variety. I got Better Bush, which is a consistent, more, how can I say it, uniform tomato. I got Rutgers, which grow all different size. I got some Parker's Whoppers. I got us some jalapeno plants today. Pink Girls, Early Girls, and Better Boys. So we're set on tomatoes. And I got some Sweet 100 cherry tomatoes. Karen loves those for the salads. And if you're going to do a patio tomato vine, that's what I would suggest putting in, is the Sweet 100 cherry tomatoes. And I believe I also got a variety of the pear. So $2 and some change for 4 tomato plants. You can't beat that. The cost is just unreal when you come to some of these mom and pop stores. So for running rail, I am going to take a slight break, and we'll be back with a video later on. Can't film while I'm driving. Later. All right, we've got our plants at home from the greenhouse, the nursery. We wound up spending for everything that I've got, and now that includes seeds for my father, but we're looking at $35 right here. Now that's over the budget that we had set for the small garden, I know, but all this isn't going in that small garden. We're going to take select tomato plants from this group, and we're going to put down there. So I think the price was $2.29 a cup, but we'll say $2.50 just to make it easier on us. So I give $2.50 for 4 tomato plants. Now these are hybrid plants. Keep that in mind. So a hybrid is going to produce more fruit and more vegetables than an heirloom. Everybody would say, well, I like heirloom better. Well, you know, there's not a lot of heirloom plants out there left. You've got sweet corn now that you can actually spray Roundup on, and it kills everything but the corn. And this is what we're going to. And eventually, this is all you're going to have. So embrace it. As bad as I hate to say that. I do plant some heirlooms, usually a brandywine or something of that nature, but they don't produce a lot of vegetables, a lot of fruits. You know, you'll get 2 or 3 really good tomatoes out of a brandywine plant, maybe 5 at the most, and they'll be monsters. They'll be beautiful. But that's why older generations of farmers had to plant so much, because the yield, the produce is not that great. There's really nothing wrong with a hybrid plant. I mean, you just, you know, it is what it is nowadays, and this is what we got. So I like planting them. This is Better Bush. This is a late tomato, and it does really well in drought situations. The drier the season, it really doesn't have an effect on its growing. So we're going to throw some of those out there. But getting back to it, I'll bring my plants home, and what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to let them get accustomed to the weather, because you've seen where I picked them up. They were an enclosed building, a temperature controlled building, but now we're still getting some cold nights, and that can damage your plants. So the signs are not correct for planting above ground crops today anyway. It's kind of a bad sign to be planting. I think Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday of next week are going to be great for above ground crops. And then the days following that are going to be in the signs for below ground crops. So we're going to get all this stuff set out hopefully next weekend if it doesn't rain. Georgia had a very, very bad week last week for severe weather, tornadoes, 3 to 4 inches of rain in spots. And my garden spot is still very muddy. Now, that brings me to the topic. Pick your garden spot wisely. Now in the springtime, it's hard for me to plant unless it's a dry spring. After the initial spring rains, my ground is very good once it dries out. However, the downside of that is I usually have to plant a few weeks later than my neighbor does, because his garden is up on a hilltop where the water drains really easy and it dries quick. The downside to his section and his spot is once we go into a drought season, he has to water his place way before I even have to think about watering mine, because my ground where I chose retains moisture. So that's something to think about. But we'll let these plants get accustomed the next couple of days. I'll bring them out early in the morning, in the afternoon like today. This evening time, I'll bring them in. I'll get up tomorrow morning early, bring them out while the weather's still kind of cool. And tomorrow night, I'll let them set out a little bit longer to where it cools down a little bit on them, and it'll harden them up. So that way it will not be such of a shock whenever I plant them. A lot of people will get these and take them right to the garden spot and plant them. That's the worst thing you can do unless you have a steady temperature, okay? But right now it's 70 degrees. Tonight it's going to be 35, 38. That's a shock to a plant. So we're going to keep them inside and we're going to break them in gently. All right? Now, like I said, we did go over some of our plant budget for the 30 by 30, but we didn't either, because what I'm going to do is I'm $2.50 a cup. Now remember that. I'm only going to put 1 or 2 plants of each in our 30 by 30, except for Rutgers. I will put about $5 worth of Rutgers on there. So I can have, this is $7.50 worth of tomato plants. And this is the amount that we are going to be putting in our 30 by 30. That is 12 tomato plants. If you have ever planted a tomato plant, if it's a good year for tomatoes, 12 tomato plants will be plenty for 2 to 3 people. You will be giving tomatoes away. All right. Now, we did buy some seed when we were down there, but this is just stuff that's going into a bigger garden. But just to show you the amount, this is $1.29. This is the Black Beauty zucchini. I love them. I love this plant. It produces really well. They're good on the grill. They're good young. You can let them get a little bit of size to them. They're still tender. But this was $1.29 plus tax, which would be $1.35, 7 cents sales tax. So, you know, for what it would cost to buy 2 zucchini at the store, if they, 50 cents a piece, I can grow, this bag right here would easily produce 100 zucchini if the plant lives and thrives. We also picked up some cantaloupe seed. Now, our budget was set at $30. Initially I said $50, but I thought, you know what, I can do this for $30. So we've got cabbage, we've got green bean seeds, we've got 2 types of potatoes. We're going to have 3 varieties of tomatoes at least, and go up to 12 plants. And our budget still, we haven't even hit, what is that, $17? I think $16, $17. So we're doing good. We're right on track. Which brings me up to one thing. I had a subscriber ask me the other day about peas. I can't remember who the subscriber was. I'm so sorry. I need to know what type of peas you want to plant. There's several different species out there that's in this area. I think you're from Missouri. So peas release a lot of nitrogen. So I need to know what type you're planting, early peas, purple hull, things of that nature. If you could just give me that information, I can look into it for you. Actually, I like to plant peas because they help build up the ground, the nitrogen in the ground for other plants. So if you could, please give me that information and I'll find out what I can for you, and maybe we can come up with a solution to your problem. Another thing I want to address today in this video, and I'm going to make it real quick. I know a lot of y'all getting tired of watching me and listening to me ramble. $2.50. And this is a Pink Girl. Really, really good low acid tomato. Very well. So if you know somebody that gets fever blisters or little blisters on their tongue or lips from eating acidy food, this is, about dropping. This is the girl you want right here. I like them. Karen likes them. And I've also got a lemon boy. Just kind of mix it up, add some color to the garden. But the point I want to touch on is $2.50. All right. You're going to go to Home Depot, you're going to go to Lowe's, you're going to go to a big garden store, and they're going to have the tomatoes about this tall in a half-gallon pot. Don't waste your money. Please don't waste your money. If that plant dies or something happens to it, it gets broke, a dog goes by and uses the bathroom on it, or a cat digs around it, kills it, or maybe you've got some kind of a cutworm in your garden, you've lost that plant. Go to your local seed store, your local nursery if you have one, and buy these trays. It's $2.50. And I can take this tomato right here out and break it, throw it away, and I've still got 3 tomatoes that I could plant and hope to get a harvest from. Do not waste your money, okay? You're not gaining nothing by buying that big plant. You're going to go in, it's going to have blooms on it, it's going to have a little tomato this big, you're going to take it home, you're going to plant it, that tomato is going to fall off, and these tomato plants will catch it within 2 weeks and be producing at the same time it's producing. So don't waste your money. Don't buy the hype. We are going to put cucumbers out down in a small garden. We're going to use a variety called Space Savers. They are a bush cucumber. Look kind of like a zucchini or a squash plant. They don't have the vines. And the only reason I'm putting them down there is because it's a 30 by 30 and I don't want it overtaken by vines. But the signs are good for this coming week. I'm hoping to get these things planted in the ground by Tuesday, Wednesday, and then we're going to put potatoes in the ground, hopefully Thursday or Friday. I hope. But anyhow, I'm going to wrap this video up. I've got a lot of things to get ready for. I've got to go run an electric fence around the garden. I've noticed some deer tracks around there, and we've got to get that set up so we can keep those jokers out and keep these babies protected. But anyhow, if you haven't already subscribed, please subscribe. We're up to 252 subscribers last time I saw or looked. I really don't look at my subscriber count. I've got a friend that reminds me of that a lot. Right? 628 Dirt Rooster. But anyhow, we're building our subscribers up, and that's good because that just means more input for us whenever we have a question about something. Keep your comments clean, please. Family friendly. But anyhow, all that stuff. So it's a beautiful Saturday afternoon. I'm going to go enjoy it and put up an electric fence. Get some work done around here so I could chill out a little bit on Sunday. And hopefully Tuesday, we'll be putting these jewels in the ground. Until then, y'all have a great weekend.